in this computer. Okay, now we are in. Okay, so I was telling you that we are going to have this week of classes, then next week of classes, and then we're going to stop again. Okay, and then after that, we're going to have final grades in order to finish the semester. So we are almost done because we are in the middle of November, and then we have part of November and then December, and then that's it. Okay, we're going to finish the semester. Fortunately, most of you have done the tests, which is pretty good. Most of the tests, I think everybody has taken the tests, so that is pretty good. Okay, so we're going to start with the class. First of all, just making a little review of what we were working the final classes. First of all, let me see, we're working with tourism. Okay, so I'm going to review this. Are you observing, right? Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So this was I sent this page, okay, in which we talked about sightseeing. Remember what, Gabriela? Do you remember what sightseeing means in English? Can you give me a synonym for sightseeing?
I don't remember.
Who remembers? Catalina al cuadrado? Any of you? Do you remember what sightseeing means? Give me a synonym for that. Sightseeing is visiting. When you go to
Yes,
another
yes.
city, you start visiting, you start sightseeing, meaning that you start going to the important places and, you start taking pictures and, knowing the places. That is to sightsee. In Spanish would be like turistear, something like that, okay? I would say visit in English. So, because this word sightsee, we don't have a synonym in Spanish. So I would say sightsee is to visit places when you go to another town or another city. All right, that is the idea. Now here, usually what you do when you sightsee, you go to famous places. For example, in there you have palaces, temples, markets, statues, castles, cathedrals, markets. So those are the places that we usually go when we visit other towns. Do you agree with that, Catalina Rice? Are these the places that you go or that you visit when you go to another town or another city?
Museums?
Or do you like going to other places instead of visiting these important places? Do you prefer to go to a mall, for example, or go to the beach? What do you do when you sightsee? Where do you go?
The important places.
Yeah, you go to the important places. What about you, Danai? What do you usually do when you go to another country or town or city? What do you do?
Um, I think the same in the from the picture, but I will add national parks.
Yeah, those are important too. National parks. Yeah, we visit national parks. Yeah. Okay, so in general, these are the things that we visit, and here remember the activities. Okay, to go sightseeing, to do a lot of sightseeing or a bit of sightseeing, to have a look around, to take pictures, to spend money, to get lost, to have a great or a terrible time, to go out, um, to go to a social event. Sometimes you go to a restaurant. Some people like going to restaurants when they go to other places. Going to going to malls too, which is not very attractive because you have malls also in your hometown, but some people do it. Okay, now describing places in here you have that the word place can be mentioned for different things. When you say this was a wonderful place, you can be thinking about a building, an area, a town, or a country. Yeah. For example, in here, Bruges or Bruges, I don't know how to pronounce that. It's a lovely place, meaning it's a lovely town. And we found a really nice place, meaning a nice hotel. Yeah. The town is full of interesting places, full of interesting areas, full of interesting buildings, etc. Now, some other vocabulary is something is packed, meaning it's full of people or very crowded. Yeah. Cosmopolitan. What is cosmopolitan, Catalina Belen? What is the meaning of cosmopolitan?
A big quantity of people.
Yeah, but people from the
Uh,
area?
no, with different uh, or- originary countries. I
Yeah,
don't know. Go
yeah,
países de origen.
yeah. Okay,
You can
so
tell me.
cosmopolitan means that people come from different countries or different cultures. Okay, we can say now that Chile is getting more and more cosmopolitan because in the past we used to be only Chileans and few people from other countries, but now we have lots of people coming from other countries that stay in Chile. We have Venezuelans, Peruvians, Colombians, and I don't know, Bolivians. So now we can't talk that Chile there are only Chileans. In Chile, there are Chileans and Bolivians and Peruvians and Venezuelans and also people from other countries. Okay, so we have becoming very cosmopolitan. For example, a very cosmopolitan city is New York. In New York, you have people from everywhere in the world, from India, from Turkey, from Asia, from Europe, from Latin America, etc. Okay, so this is a cosmopolitan. And then you have some other vocabulary here, which is important. Okay, now let's see. And oops, there. Wait. Yeah, I have to move this because it takes part of my. Yeah. Okay. Now in here you have the exercises. Let's start reading. For example, in there, we want to complete a postcard. What is a postcard, Gabriela? What is a postcard?
It's like some kind of letter that you send to someone when you're like in the country.
Yeah. Okay. Do you write postcard nowadays?
I don't think so. It's
What
usually more easy, send a text or
easier?
WhatsApp.
It's easier,
Yeah.
Gabriela. Easier.
Easier.
Yeah. No more easy. Remember, it's easier. Yeah. It's easier now to send an email or send a WhatsApp now, which is pretty fast at the moment. But this was the old type of communication that you had when you went outside of the country. You had to send postcard, and the postcard arrived in 15 days sometimes. I remember that when I was living in the United States, I used to send postcards and letters to my family. And well, I received letters from here with that were 15 days late in there. Okay, they wrote the 1st of I would say November, and it arrived in the United States the 15th of November. Okay, so nowadays with the WhatsApp or email, it's instant at the moment. Okay, but this is old-fashioned, but it was very popular. What is a good thing about the postcard? Can you think about something good about postcards? Have you ever sent a postcard in your life?
No.
Oh, you are too young. Well, postcards usually they have on one side a picture of the place, and on the other side you could write. And it was like a very small space so as not to write too much, like a letter, for example. Okay, so that is beautiful. You are sending, and you can do it, as a memory of the place. Then the other person has a beautiful image of the, I don't know, if you went to Miami, you send a picture of the beach, etc. Okay. Here you have a postcard in it says, let's see, Catalina Rice, read please. Hi, everyone. Can you read that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi everyone. I've been in Paris for over a week now and I'm having a great
What do you think it is in there? I'm having a great what? Okay, help.
restaurant.
A great, what could be in there? What could go? A great time. A great time. Continue.
Okay. In the first few days, I did quite a lot of
I did
art
a lot of,
galleries,
I did a lot of what?
a lot of
Sightseeing.
Sightseeing, that's right. I did quite a lot of sightseeing. Continue reading, please, Catalina. Right.
okay. The Eiffel Tower.
The. Remember that when you have a vowel, the is pronounced the. The Eiffel Tower.
Okay. The Eiffel Tower, Notre Dame, and all the usual
Tourist.
tourist, okay.
Tourist
Tourist attractions.
attractions. All right. Then I go on reading. Before you continue, where is the Eiffel Tower and where is Notre Dame?
Notre Dame is the church. No,
Yeah.
it's a cathedral.
It's a cathedral, it's a church. Yeah. Where is it? And where is the Eiffel Tower?
The Eiffel Tower is in France.
In France.
Yes.
In what part? Specifically, in what city?
Paris.
Paris.
Paris. And Notre Dame is also in Paris. Yeah. They're both in Paris. What happened with Notre Dame like last year? What happened?
It burned.
It got fired. Yeah, it got fired. There was a big fire in the Notre Dame and it was destroyed by the fire. Sadly, I went to Notre Dame once, but I arrived there at night, so I couldn't see much. I took some pictures. I went many years ago, but no, it was wonderful. But it was night, so it was pretty good. The Eiffel Tower, I could visit it, and it is fantastic to go. Fantastic to go there. You know that the Eiffel Tower has like two positions, right? It is like this, and then up. You have to take an elevator. If you go up to this part only, you pay a certain amount of money. And if you want to go to the top of the tower, you have to pay extra money. Okay, I had to pay, I remember like 19 or 20 euros, 20 euros to go to the top of the building, to the top of the Eiffel Tower. And I had to stay on a queue. Do you remember queue, right? On a queue for like 1 hour, standing there waiting to go up. It's beautiful, but it's tiring. It's very tiring. Okay, continue reading then, please.
Most places are absolutely packed.
Packed, yes.
Packed. With tourists. So yesterday I decided to have I don't know.
Look around.
Look around
The shops. Okay, continue reading.
Okay. Today I've been to a couple of interesting art galleries.
Yeah.
I got
you can say on your way back to the hotel. What did you get? What can you get?
Lost?
A what?
Lost?
No,
I don't know.
you can say, I got a taxi, I got a bus, I got a whatever. It's a means of transport. Okay, I got a train on my way back to the hotel. Yeah,
Okay.
but it didn't matter.
But it didn't matter because I discovered a really fascinating
Market.
market with lots of little stalls
Do you
selling
know what a stall is?
like I don't know how to say it in English.
Don't say it in
but,
Spanish. Stalls are like little shops. When you go, for example, to the Argentina Avenue, and for the fair that is on Sundays and Saturdays, you have little stalls. Those are stalls, which are like handmade shops where people sell things. Yeah. So lots of little stalls. Continue reading.
selling just about everything from apples to antiques.
All right, Gabriela, continue reading.
I'm sorry. I ate in the hotel the first night, but usually I I don't know.
When you
Like go out.
Yeah, but remember you're talking in the past. I ate in the
Went
hotel.
out.
I went out. Continue.
And the restaurants are great, and I can get a
Wait.
meal.
You missed for dinner. So I went out for dinner. Yeah.
I went out for dinner.
Yeah.
The restaurants are great, and I can get a set meal for less than 2.5 euros. I'm afraid I've spent a lot of money, but it's a great place. You'll be able to see for yourself when you get back. Yeah, because I don't understand what says taken. It's the word taken. Taking lots of pictures.
Yeah.
I hope you're well. I'll write you again next week. Love, Emma.
Right. Perfect. That's the idea. Now, which of these places do you usually visit or go to when you are on holiday? You go to museums, concert, markets, art galleries, discos, nightclubs, restaurants, churches and cathedrals, castles, palaces, temples, bars, tourist shops, the cinema, the theater. Tell me two of them. Think about it and tell me two that you visit when you go to another town or to another place. Catalina Rice, where do you go? What are your favorites?
The restaurant.
Restaurants, yeah.
Yes.
And
museums.
And museums, that's right. What about you, Catalina? Do you do the same? Do you go to the same places?
Me?
No, Catalina Belén.
Yes, the same places.
Museums and restaurants. All right. What about you, Gabriela? Where do you usually go?
Probably to museums and tourist shops.
Tourist shops, that's right. And you, Danae?
Museums and art galleries.
Museums and art galleries. All right. I usually go to markets. I love markets. It's interesting. It's because they usually have like tourist things and handmade things. I like visiting castles or palaces or temples. I like that. I also go to churches, cathedrals. And if I have money, I can go to restaurants. But for example, in Europe, if you go to Europe, it's pretty expensive, especially England. England is really expensive. So you sometimes think a lot if you have to go to a restaurant. Sometimes you prefer to visit places, but eat at home or in the hotel. All right. Now, in here it says, the next page, it says, agree with the information in the questions without repeating the same words and phrases. Use words and phrases from the opposite page. For example, you've got quite a few pictures, haven't you? Yes, I took lots of photos. Pictures, photos, right? So you use kind of the same word, but in a different way. It's a fabulous city, isn't it? Yes, it's a, what could it go in there?
Great place.
It's a great place. It's a nice town, etc. Because city could be town or place. Yeah. What about the other one? There's a big mix of people in London, isn't there? Yes, it's very what? Mix of people in London. When we talk about mix of people, lots of people from different countries. So it's very what?
Cultural.
Cosmopolitan.
Cosmopolitan. Very cosmopolitan. It was very crowded, wasn't it? Yes, it was. It was
Packed.
packed. Right. There's a lot to do in the evenings, isn't there? Yes, there is very good. What is very good? You have a lot to do in the evenings. The what? La vida nocturna. The nightlife. The nightlife is very good. Did you enjoy yourselves? Yes, we had a
Great time.
great time. Kyoto is a good place to go, isn't it? Yes, Kyoto is definitely a wonderful city, an excellent city, I would say. Yeah. Okay. Think of a place in your country, a different place for each number, which is cosmopolitan. What city, what place in Chile is cosmopolitan?
Santiago.
Santiago. What place is lively? Do you understand the word lively? Full of life. What place is lively?
Valparaíso.
Valparaiso. What place is very touristy? Touristy meaning, remember, that is kind of a negative idea. Too many people. There is a lot of tourism, but with too many people. I would say Valparaiso is sometimes touristy in the sense that there are too many people, and so the beaches are crowded, etc. Famous for its historic monuments. Any places in Chile is famous for its historic monuments?
Talcahuano.
Okay, could be Talcahuano. Which place is worth visiting? You remember the expression, it is worth, to be worth doing something, to be worth, meaning vale la pena. Which place in Chile is worth visiting? What place is worth visiting? We are from Valparaiso. But Valparaiso is worth visiting. What place is not worth visiting? Do you think in Chile? It's not worth visiting? Santiago?
No. Everywhere is worth visiting.
Everywhere is worth visiting, yeah. But there are some towns which are kind of boring, boring, I would say. They don't have many attractions. And for example, in the north, Salamanca or those, first of all, they don't have a beach. They're very hot and they're very small. But well, they have a countryside, so sometimes, okay. Good. Let's leave this. And now I'm going to change. Wait a minute. Yeah, here I have, well, the other day we were discussing about what happened? This one. Yeah, we were working about the benefits and disadvantages of tourism, right? Well, you can see now. I'm going to share it. Wait. Yeah. And in here, wait. Here you have positive environmental impacts of tourism, negative environmental impacts of tourism. Yeah. For example, if you can think about something positive of tourism and something negative, can you tell me some of them? What things are positive and what things are negative? Let's think about positive first. What things do you consider positive about people coming to your town and visiting? What could be positive?
The money.
The money. Yeah. More money come to the city. They spend money. Okay. So it's good for the commerce, it's good for the shops, it's good for the people who work in the place. Yeah. So that
For
is,
the
yes.
economy, the city.
Yeah, for the city. Yeah. The money that the people receives. The people receive. So that is something positive about environmental impacts of tourism. Here we have the positive thing. I don't know if they have like a numeral things. No, in here they don't have like this page doesn't mention. Okay. Well, in general, when you have more money, the city hall is municipalidad. The city hall can, for example, improve the roads. Okay, improve the roads, build places, build green areas. So the money moves the things in the city. Okay, yeah, that is positive about tourism. Now, what is negative about tourism? What is negative, according to your opinion? Can you mention anything which is negative?
The trash.
Yeah, too much trash. Okay. First of all, too many people. They destroy, right? They destroy. You can write this in the meantime, okay? So as to remember. Too much trash. They destroy the environment. What else? What else is negative? Lots of
The pollution.
pollution. Yeah,
But
more
like
pollution.
in general terms, like I don't know, there's too many people, or I don't know, like general pollution in general.
Yeah, right. Because more people, more pollution, more trash. You know, another thing that is negative about tourism is the crime. Lots of thieves come to the place. For example, in Viña, when you have for example, the festival, which is good for the tourism, lots of people come, but together with those people, there are lots of thieves from Santiago or from other parts of the country that come to Viña del Mar to work, stealing people. Okay, so that is also a very negative aspect of this. Okay. And then I'm going to show you a video with, I want to show you this. Wait for me for a little while. And types of tourism. And we're going to stop with tourism now. Let me share the screen. Here it is. Sorry, can you hear well or not?
No.
No.
You can't hear. Okay, let me computer sound. Okay, I want to start again. In here, there is a kind of a video in which they talk about positive or negative things about tourism. Okay, and they're going to show only 3 aspects because there are lots of different types of tourism. We have the traditional one in which you go sightseeing, for example, but you also have dark tourism, I don't know, medical tourism, I don't know, dangerous tourism, etc. Okay, we're going to analyze 3 of them in this video, which is interesting. Take a look.
What type of tourism should be promoted? When we travel to new places, we gain new experiences and are affected by these experiences. In addition, these places are affected by us and our actions. Today, we will consider 3 types of tourism: mass tourism, sustainable tourism, virtual tourism. Each has its separate effect on the individual and the locale. The question we will address is, what type of tourism should be promoted? Let's look at the pro and con arguments for mass tourism. Mass tourism helps developing countries receive much-needed investments for roads and hospitals that they normally would not have access to. This infrastructure causes a multiplier effect, creating more jobs along each phase. But critics raise concerns of leakage, in which only a small portion of tourism money actually reaches the locals. Also, mass...
Wait, this is interesting. See, according to this mass tourism, lots of people coming to the town is good. You know, more money, more hospitals, more things, development, etc. But in here they say leakage. Only little money come to the local people. Most of the money go to big enterprises and big companies. So the locals, I mean, for example, when we talk about Paraiso, not the local receive the money, but the big, you know, enterprises. So that is not very good sometimes. Okay, let's continue.
Tourism entails environmental spillover costs. A tourist uses as much water in just 24 hours as a third world villager uses in 100 days. Should mass tourism be promoted? Now, let's look at the pro and con arguments for sustainable tourism. Sustainable tourism aims to reform and educate the industry to reduce environmental damage over the long run. Some solutions are global, such as carbon offsets for air travel. But local solutions are equally important. In Santa Elena, Ecuador, a hydroponic farm cultivates food for tourists while raising awareness of important local issues. Thus, ecotourism creates a win-win for both tourists and locals and is growing in popularity by 10 to 15% worldwide. But critics say sustainable tourism is unenforceable and therefore devolving into a marketing gimmick. Furthermore, it can even backfire through the exploitation of previously virgin wildlife parks. Should sustainable tourism be promoted? Now, let's look at the pro and con arguments for virtual tourism. Virtual tourism aims to use technology to replace traditional tourism entirely. The Oculus Rift, a virtual reality head-mounted display, reproduces the experience of walking through a foreign city without ever leaving home. Technological advances such as these give people the ability to see more places and learn new things in less time, and without breaking the bank while doing so. But the use of virtual reality can be detrimental to our physical well-being and can cause us to stray from true interactions and relationships. They can make us lose touch with reality. Now think about all the places you want to visit. How do you want these experiences to be? Should we promote mass or sustainable tourism? Or should we expand our experience with virtual tourism? What type of tourism should be promoted?
Okay, so I would say virtual tourism is kind of boring. You stay in the same place, you don't know anything. But what about the other two, mass tourism or sustainable tourism? What do you think is better? What do you think? What's your opinion? Any of you can give an opinion. What do you prefer, sustainable tourism or mass tourism?
Both have pros and cons, so I don't know.
What would you prefer than I?
I will prefer sustainable, but I hate when natural
Resources?
places, yes, are open to the tourist because they must be virgin, not tourist place. So I also hate that. So I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Interesting. Mass tourism is nice, but I think there should be more restrictions. That is the problem. Restrictions, because too many people coming, too many people, doing whatever they want, and that is not positive for the city or for the place. I think that mass tourism is interesting because more money comes to the place, but tourists shouldn't do whatever they want. They should have restrictions. For example, don't spoil the natural resources. Don't write, for example, on the buildings, etc. I think things like that would make the tourism a little bit more attractive. Okay, that is what I think it should happen. Okay, now before finishing with this, let me see here. For you to see, I don't know which is the one that I think it is this one. Wait a minute, please. I want to show you the number of different types of tourism that we can mention. There are many, 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 many. Wait. Glossary here. Here it is. I'm going to show you. Wait, I have to go back again. There it is. In here, you can see different types of tourism. Accessible tourism, adventure, agritourism, aid tourism, alternative, ancestry tourism, animal tourism, astrotourism, atomic. Then you have baby boom, backpacking. Do you know what backpacking is, for example? Backpacking. Do you know this type of tourism? You know what a backpack is in Spanish?
Paracaídas.
No. Back.
Mochila.
Backpacking. Huh?
Mochila.
Mochila. So what would be then backpacking? Concerning tourism.
Mochilear.
Mochilear, right? So you have all these, for example, backpacking, beach tourism, benefit tourism, earth tourism, black tourism. Yeah, this is interesting, for example, black tourism. Black tourism, also known as dark tourism or grief tourism, is tourism, let me read this, that is associated with death or tragedy. The act of dark tourism is somewhat controversial, with some viewing it as an act of respect and others as an ethical practice. Popular dark tourism attractions include Auschwitz, Chernobyl, and Ground Zero. Lesser known dark tourism attractions might include cemeteries, zombie-themed events, or historical museums. In fact, I feel attracted by dark tourism. For example, do you know what Auschwitz is? Do you know?
Yes.
What?
It was a Nazi how do I say it in English? Camp of, I don't know.
Concentration camp.
Concentration.
Yeah. Auschwitz is a Nazi concentration camps. So people go there to see how the Polish or all the people who were the Jews were killed in there. Okay, I would love to go there. I think that it's part of the history, although they say that it's dark, that it's tragedy, etc. I would love to go there because you know part of history. Chernobyl, you know what Chernobyl is?
Yes.
Yes, you know, right? It was in Russia, and it was how to say a plant that exploded, contaminating all Europe, and all the people that were living at that moment, you know, had a lot of consequences for living in there. And ground zero, what is ground zero? Don't you know ground zero? Ground zero is in New York, is where the planes crashed the two towers in New York and killed more than 5,000 people. Okay, September 11th. Okay, that is ground zero. In that place where the two towers were, the how do you call them? The twin towers, where the twin towers were, they were destroyed, and in that place they built like a memorial of this place. So people go there and visit, etc. So that is considered black tourism or dark tourism. Okay, so you have also other, in here you have, for example, celebrity. If you go to Los Angeles and see the stars of the actors and actresses, you know, communism tourism, conference tourism, etc. You have a list. Look at that. Garden tourism, genocide tourism, geology, or genealogy tourism, health, when you go and you have an operation in some other places, etc. Look at that. And here you have all the explanation of all these, for example, wildlife tourism. Look at that. Read this, please, Catalina Belen. Animal tourism.
Animal tourism or wildlife tourism is a tourism that is centered around observation and interaction with animals. This includes watching animals in their natural habitats, such as habitats such as bird watching or going on a safari. More controversially, it includes animals which are kept in
enclosures,
enclosures such as zoos of petting farms. Many forms of animal tourism, such as swimming with dolphins or
riding elephants,
have been heavily
criticized
in recent years due to growing
awareness
around these issues.
Okay, for example, you can think about that. Would you like to go to a wildlife place and observe animals in the wild? Because it's different from observing animals in zoos or in petting farms. Yeah. For example, I don't know, Gabriela, what about wine tourism? Read this. Wine tourism.
Okay. Wine tourism, enotourism, how do I pronounce that?
Enotourism or vinotourism.
Okay. Enotourism or vinotourism is tourism which centers around wine. It includes wine appreciation, wine tasting, vineyard tours, and the buying and selling of wine. Popular wine tourism destinations include France, California, South Africa, and Italy, which are known for producing good standards of wine.
What about in Chile? Where do you have wine tourism?
Casablanca, no?
Casablanca, of course. You can visit the vineyards, you can taste wine, etc. So people go and visit the place. Okay, so there are many different types of tourism. Okay, so let's leave this. You can read some of it so as to have an idea. For example, in the speaking test, we can ask you, what type of tourism you like? Where would you like to visit? What places would you like to visit? What would be your favorite type of tourism? Okay, and you have to have like an idea. Traditional tourism, mass tourism, ecotourism, animal tourism, wildlife tourism. There are lots that you can use, all right? You can get this, for example, you have in there winter tourism, when you go to skiing, for example, etc. You have like many, 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 many. Okay, so let's stop now and we're going to continue with the book. Yep. So in here, we're going to talk a little bit about animals. Okay, so we're going to start by, I think this, we talked about this last class. It says, what animals do you like? Which animals frighten you? I remember that some of you mentioned spiders or, I don't know, snakes. And what we talked about the animal in the photo. The animal in the photo is a panda. We said that the panda is usually in China, and that they are very peaceful, and that they are disappearing. Okay, now we're going to read this. I don't think we read it, so let's start reading this. Why don't you start reading, please, Anai?
Okay. Should we save the panda? Wildlife charities around the world are going to spend millions of pounds on conserving the panda over the next 10 years. But is this worth the money? I continue reading?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Wildlife expert and animal lover Chris Packham thinks not and believes we should leave pandas to die out because the money can be better spent on other wildlife projects. He also believes the tiger will die out in the next 15 years, whatever we do, as it is impossible to protect an animal that is worth more dead than alive.
All right. This is pretty cruel.
Mm.
Cruel. I would say it's cruel because he prefers that the animals should die out. We shouldn't protect them or conserve them. That is pretty bad. Okay, Catalina Rice, go on reading, please. Conservation advisor.
Okay. Conservation advisor Dr. Mark Wright disagrees and suggests that protecting these animals is a
Responsibility.
responsibility responsibility because without humans their
Their
lives wouldn't be in danger. Students across the country are meeting to discuss these and other wildlife topics at a two-day conference in
Sheffield.
Sheffield. It starts on Wednesday,
You said Wednesday.
Wednesday,
Yeah. 23rd. 23rd.
23rd February at the City Star Hotel, Sheffield.
Sheffield.
Sheffield. Why not
Sheffield.
come along and join the
Debate.
Go to www.swaps.
No, don't say point.
Okay,
Say,
okay.
how do you say that? How do you say point in this? www.
Dot.
Swaps.org for more details.
All right.
Details.
Okay. So you have in there, sometimes when you read, you don't pay attention. I'm going to read it. Pay attention to what they are saying here. Wildlife charities A charity is a kind of an organization that protects animals. Okay, wildlife charities around the world are going to spend millions of pounds on conserving the panda over the next 10 years. But is this worth the money? Remember the expression worth here. Be worth doing something, or to be worth means vale la pena. But is this worth the money? ¿Vale la pena gastar ese dinero? But is this worth the money? According to Chris Packham, which is a wildlife expert, an animal lover thinks not. He say it's not necessary to spend so much money, and believes we should leave pandas to die out because the money can be better spent on other wildlife projects. He also believes the tiger will die out in the next 15 years, whatever we do. No matter what we do, they're going to die. They're going to disappear. As it is impossible to protect an animal that is worth more dead than alive. Yeah. Conservation advisor Dr. Mark Wright disagrees and suggests that protecting these animals is our responsibility, because without humans, their lives wouldn't be in danger. Yeah, because we humans are the ones who are killing these animals for our need, in order to make, I don't know, coats or things for us, So we're killing the animals. So it's our responsibility to protect these animals. So students across the country are meeting to discuss this and other wildlife topics at a two-day conference in Sheffield. It starts on Wednesday, 23rd February at the City Star Hotel, Sheffield. Why not come along and join the debate? Go to www.swaps.org for more details. Okay, this is a reading, but now I want you to pay attention to this. Here we have 4 points, and we are going to practice and learn the future in English. Because what we know usually is that future is expressed by will, but no, there are other ways of expressing the future in English. One of them is are going to spend, with the verb, with the expression going to do something. Also, will die out. Number 3, what is 3? Here, are meeting, which is present continuous. And here, starts, which is present simple. See? So the future is not expressed only with will, but also with other forms. The same as in Spanish. For example, we can sometimes use present to express future. When, for example. When I say, for example, mañana voy a Santiago. Voy, ¿qué tiempo es voy en español? Yo voy, tú vas, él va. Presente el indicativo. ¿No es cierto? Supongo que ustedes saben eso. Yo voy, tú vas, él va, es presente. Sin embargo, yo lo usé para futuro. Yo digo, mañana voy a Santiago. ¿Ya? Por lo tanto, en cualquier idioma, el futuro no se expresa solamente de una forma, se expresa de varias formas. Y aquí tenemos 4 tiempos gramaticales para expresar el futuro. ¿Ya? Uno es going to do something. 2 es will, present infinitivo. 3 es present continuous. Y 4 es present simple. When do I use these things? That is what we have to learn. Okay, future forms. And here it says, match the future forms, 1-4 in bold in the article to uses A and B. Please read that, Gabriela. A, B, C, and D.
Okay. A future arrangement. Everything has been organized. B, a future intention. Nothing has been organized. C, a timetable event. Stars, finish, days, and times. D, a prediction. Something that you think will happen.
Yeah. Okay. So if we go back here, The first one, it says here, are going to spend millions of pounds on conserving the panda over the next 10 years. Yeah. Here is for the future, but we don't have an arrangement already. Yeah. We don't have an arrangement. While in here, let me see where it is. Wait. In here, students across the country are meeting to discuss this and other wildlife topics at a 2-day conference in Sheffield. In here, present continuous, everything is organized. In here, it's not organized because it's a period of time which we don't know exactly when it's going to happen. Yeah. For example, if I say I am going to travel to London, yeah, it's not something that has been organized. I have it in my mind, but I don't know when exactly, and I don't have a date to go. But when I say I am meeting Paul tomorrow morning, that is organized because we have an arrangement. We both talked and we decided that we are going to meet next 2 days or next day, right? So the difference between these two are going to spend and are spending is that the present continuous is one, number 3, is something that is organized and it has a date and it's very soon. While this one is a plan, but it's not, we don't know exactly the time. Okay? Now, the present simple is a timetabled event. It starts on Wednesday, 23rd February. So whenever I have a schedule, for example, if I say the test is on, I don't know, December the 2nd. I use present because it's a schedule. We know the exact date. Yeah. So for example, the bus leaves at 10 o'clock. The bus leaves at 10 o'clock. I use the present because I have a schedule, I have the time, I have everything right. And finally, here, will die out is a prediction. Yeah. So you have prediction, will. A time schedule thing is present simple. The bus leaves, the class finishes, etc. For example, if I say, you ask me, what time does the class finish? It finishes at 11, I don't know, 11:30. Yeah, I use the present for something that is going to happen in the future, right? So we have prediction, will, present for a schedule. And these two are going to happen, are going to be, that is future going to, that is going to happen in the future, but it's not organized. And is, for example, we are meeting tomorrow, present continuous is for something that is organized. Okay? Did you get it? Or do you have any doubt? Let me know.
Teacher, which number is which in the activity?
In the activity, let's go back to that. Yeah, in here we have future forms. Yeah. So a future arrangement, everything has been organized. That is, I think it is number 3. The present continuous. For example, when you say, I am meeting Paul at 2. I am meeting Paul tomorrow, for example. We have organized the meeting. Yeah? A future intention, yeah, is going to. For example, I'm going to travel to Europe, but I don't have anything organized. It's a plan. It's my intention to do it. Yeah, but it's not organized. Now, a timetable event would be will. Sorry, present, sorry. Timetable event is the present simple. For example, the class starts at 7. I don't know, the class finishes at 11. This is an event that is totally fixed. And a prediction is will. For example, I can say cars will fly in the future. It's a prediction. Okay? Did you get it? No?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So we're going to do the examples together, and then we can maybe understand better. For example, in there, it says, I think the wildlife projects the number of pandas in future. So Chris is talking rubbish. He's talking nonsense. He's talking stupid things. Now, in here, how would you do it? Wildlife projects. What I am saying in here, is it a time which was fixed? Is it something that is fixed? Is it a scheduled action or a scheduled event? No. Yeah. What is this? I think the wildlife projects, is it a prediction? Is it an organized thing? What is it? Tanay, what do you think?
It's a prediction.
It's a prediction because I think the wildlife project. So if it is a prediction, what do you have to use?
Will.
Yeah. So read it now. Read it. I think.
I think the wildlife projects will increase the number of pandas in future. So Chris is talking rubbish.
Okay. So I am predicting. I use will. I think the wildlife projects will increase the number of pandas. Okay. Now number 2, it says I think Chris is absolutely right. So I stop giving money to animal charities as soon as possible. Is this a prediction? Is it an intention? Is it a scheduled event? Is it an organized event? What do you think? I think Chris is absolutely right. So I stop giving money to animal charities as soon as possible. It is an intention. Yeah. So if it is an intention, what do I have to use? What of the 4 forms of future? Will, present, present continuous, or future going to?
Going to?
Going to. So do it, Catalina. I think Chris.
I think Chris is
Absolutely.
absolutely right. So I'm going to stop giving money to animal charities as soon as
Charities.
possible.
Charities as soon as possible. Good, Catalina. I think Chris is absolutely right. So I'm going to stop giving money to animal charities as soon as possible. Right. It's an intention. So yeah. Now here you have 2. I attend the conference in Sheffield and have already signed up on the website. It starts at 10 a.m. if you are interested. So you have in here 2 possibilities. Try to see if they are intention, a scheduled event, an event that is organized, and an event that is not organized. The first one.
I am attending.
Yeah, yeah, it is something that is organized. Okay, so present continuous. I am attending the conference in Sheffield and have already, there is an arrangement in here. Hay un arreglo, hay un acuerdo, ya eso está hecho, ya, o sea, está organizado. So I am attending the conference in Sheffield and have already signed up on the website. It at 10 a.m. if you are interested. It, what do I have to use? What is it? An intention, an organized thing, a scheduled event? What? A prediction? This is a scheduled event. You have in there 10 a.m. Yeah, 10 a.m. So it, you have to use the present here. So it
Starts.
starts at 10 a.m. if you are interested. So I am attending the conference in Sheffield and have already signed up on the website. It starts at 10 a.m. if you are interested. And finally, you have two in here. I to India on Tuesday to start a wildlife project. I'm sure my work useful.
Teacher, if we have the Tuesday is present, if you have the
No,
date.
No, because you have to have the time and the date.
You have to have the time.
Yes, because it's
Ah,
it means that it's on a schedule. Only you have the date, it could be an intention. Yeah. Or it could be an, something that has been organized. In here, I would say that the first one is an intention. I to India on Tuesday to start a wildlife project. Could be. In here, it could be two. It could be an intention or it could be something that is organized. Yeah. So I would say here, I'm going to fly to India on Tuesday to start a wildlife project, or I'm flying to India on Tuesday to start a wildlife project. I think that in here you have two possibilities, depending on the organization, but we don't know exactly about that. Okay. I'm sure my work useful.
Will
Huh?
will be
Will
will be
be,
useful.
right, because that's a prediction. That's a prediction. Resumiendo un poco, chiquillos, voy a decirlo en Spanish. Ustedes tienen 4 formas de hacer el futuro. Una, la más fácil es la con will, porque va con, es una predicción. ¿Ya? Una predicción que yo hago a futuro. ¿Ya? Después vamos a aprender otra forma también que se usa el will. Esa es una. Después tienen el going to, que habla de una intención, y esa intención puede ser, normalmente no es tan cercana, pero es una intención que yo tengo. Ir a tal parte o algo que tiene una intención que tiene la persona. Ese es el going to. Ya, ahora el present continuous es cuando uno tiene un arreglo. Hay un arreglo, ya hay un acuerdo. Por ejemplo, cuando yo digo, mañana me voy a juntar con Pedro para jugar tenis. Ahí hay un arreglo entre los dos. ¿Ya? Él sabe, yo sé, hay un arreglo. Entonces ahí yo uso el present continuous y digo, tomorrow I am meeting Paul to play tennis. I am meeting Paul. ¿Ya? Porque hay un acuerdo entre los dos, un arrangement. ¿Ya? ¿Y cuál era el otro? Y cuando hay un horario, por ejemplo, si yo digo, la clase comenzará a las 3:15, the class starts at 15 after 3. Cuando hay un horario y un día, etcétera, cuando hay un horario, ahí uso el presente simple. Y esas son las 4 formas que tienen ustedes de usar el futuro. O sea, no solo con will. Pueden usar will, going to, present simple, or present continuous. Yeah. I'm going to show you something that is the same, but it's a guía that I did. Okay. Then I'm going to upload it today also. Let me see. I have to open this first. then I'm going to show you. Oh, no, that's not what I want. Let's see. Stop share. Here we go. Please, yeah. This is a guía that I did, yeah, in which I explain the same to you. Future forms, future simple, will plus infinitive. When there is a prediction, in the year 2090, we will have flying cars. That is a prediction. Now, this is something that it doesn't appear in the book, but it's something that that you can use. When something is decided at the moment, for example, let's suppose that here someone is knocking at the door. And I decide at the moment, I stay there, I will open. Yeah. Or if someone is ringing, okay, or is calling on the phone and say, stay, I take the phone call. I decided at the moment. Okay. I use will also. Now, the future progressive or going to, when do we use it? This is the structure. To be plus going to plus the infinitive. Okay. In there. When there is a plan, but in the near future. We're going to travel to the south next summer. It's not tomorrow or today is more. It's just like in the future. It's an intention. You can write in there is a plan or intention. I think this is the right word, but in the near future. Present continuous. I'm going to record it. To be plus ing. When there is an arrangement for the near future, there is an arrangement. That is a difference. One is intention and the other one is arrangement. Okay. Una es una intención solo y la otra es un arreglo. Hay dos personas involucradas o más de dos. I'm meeting call tomorrow morning because we're playing tennis. See? And when do we use the present simple? Present simple, remember how to use it. We use the infinitive only and he, she, it, infinitive as the S. Okay, so when there is a timetable event, the bus to Coquimbo leaves at 8 p.m. See? Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to upload this too. All right. And now I want to go back to the and we're going to do something a little bit different, but necessary. Okay. It says here, we're going to have a speaking exercise. The idea here, we could do something in separate rooms, but we have little time. So the idea is that, first of all, I want you to describe this, because this is a type of examination in which you have to describe an image. If you have to describe this image, okay, how will you do it? Oops, it's too big. Let me move it. Okay. What can you see in there? Banana, for example, if you have to describe the image, how would you start your description?
There is a girl playing with his dog.
There is a what?
A girl
Yeah.
playing with his dog.
All right. Okay. That is like basically, there is a girl playing with his dog, with her dog. Okay. What other things can you say? What other things can you say?
They are playing with water and they seem pretty happy and entertained.
Yeah, okay. They are playing with water, okay. And they look very happy. All right. Anybody else that you can say? Anybody else that you can say? about the, okay, you're saying, okay, there is a girl playing with this dog, with her dog, okay? They are playing with water. They look very happy. What about the environment? For example, you can use a modal verb here. For example, you can predict or you can anticipate something like, for example, it seems that it is the garden of the house, or it can be the garden of the house. It might be the garden of the house. You can use a modal to think about something. You are not sure. So when you're not sure, you can say, it can be, it could be, it might be, right? So you can also use the a modal. For example, what else can you describe about the image? Yeah, you describe the girl, the dog, okay? What about the environment?
It can be a hot day.
Yeah, it can be a hot day. I wouldn't say it looks better than it can, because can is you are supposing something, but in this case you can see because it's clear. Yeah, it looks very clear, so it's a beautiful day. It's a garden. Yeah, I can see lots of trees. Yeah, okay. What is the dog doing?
The dog is jumping.
The dog is jumping, and what is he trying to do?
Um, how can I say tragar?
Drink the
Swallow.
water.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's trying to take the water. He's trying to bite the water. He's trying to swallow the water. All right. Okay, and there you go. See, you can, when you are describing an image, they show you the image, and you can use everything. Okay. You can use you used in this case. Take a look at let's go back in here, and in here it says work in pairs, and it says, as your partner, you were supposed to work together, but I did it this way in order for everybody to understand. Does your partner start by summarizing the content of the photo? Does he or she describe different parts of the photo in detail? So you can, for example, I think that we started by summarizing, because I think that I said there is a girl playing with her dog. That is like a summary of all the photo. Does he or she describe different parts of the photo in detail? We started doing that later. For example, it is a garden. It looks like it looks that it's a beautiful day. It's very clear. They're in a garden, etc. Does she use a lot of different adjectives? For example, you say they look happy. Yeah, they look happy. Does he or she use some preposition of place? No, we didn't. For example, we can say that behind them, I can see lots of trees, for example. Does he or she use modals of possibility? I think we studied. They could be, or I don't know, I can't really, we use can, or they can be very happy. I don't remember. We use something about this. And then grammar mistakes, vocabulary mistakes, etc. But this is kind of the idea, right? The idea that in a way that you have to describe. Okay. Now we have to go to page 121, do something, but we're going to do this for next class, all right? But now we're going to finish with this listening, okay? Let's hear, listen to two candidates talking about what animals they like and what's their favorite. What reasons do they give? Take a look at this.
Unit 11, Speaking Focus, Activity 4.
I like dogs We've got one at home, and he's a big part of the family. He's getting old now, but he's still quite active. When I get home from college, he jumps up because he's so excited to see me. I'm usually pretty tired, but he soon wakes me up. I'm not so keen when he wakes me up early at the weekend, though. What about you?
I've never had a pet, so I'm not particularly interested in them. I like wild cats like tigers, though.
Why?
Oh, right. Well, most people would say it's because of their color or the patterns in their fur, but it's actually because when they run, they're the most beautiful things on earth.
Okay. See, in here, you have candidates talking about animals. Okay. And next class, I want you to think about animals and also animals that you like and why you like them. And we're going to talk about that in something similar to this. And we're going to observe a speaking test in this kind of certifications for you to see how they act. Okay. So that would be all for today. Do you have any question or any doubts before we finish?
Teacher,
Yes.
when is the test, the reading test?
The test, I think we have the reading test this Thursday.
Oh.
But I don't know, maybe we have to talk about it. But I think that according to the schedule, we are supposed to have it this Thursday.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, have you received the reading for you to prepare them?
Yes, Mr. Posner upload the reading.
Yeah, all right. So then you have to be prepared. Is this going to be the same way we did it last time? Okay. So I have to finish this next class, that is to say Wednesday, because Thursday we are not going to have classes. Probably I'm going to, I don't know, I'm going to put a class on Friday because I think we are going to need one more class, okay? So for all those who are interested, I think that we, instead of, asking questions this Friday, I'm going to have a class and also I'm going to record it and upload it. Okay, so I'm going to invite you for the class. Are you ready? I mean, are you free on Friday morning or not? Do you have classes?
I have a classes.
Who?
Pero depende a qué hora.
It would be like at 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock. I don't mind. I mean, I am free at that time. So if you have time, I can teach you that day in order to finish the book, because we have to finish lesson 12, because I think that next week we are supposed to finish, and then we're going to have the test as soon as we come back, because we're going to stop again. And then when we come back, we're going to have the test. Okay?
Se supone que tenemos libre desde las 10 como hasta las 12, pero no sé si el resto de los compañeros tiene
Yo por la
también.
tarde tengo libre.
También.
De acuerdo al horario, parece que nadie tiene ocupado. Pero voy a planificar bien primero porque vamos bien, ¿ah? O sea, yo creo que estamos bien. Pero a lo mejor me gustaría tener una clase más, porque el día jueves vamos a tener la prueba. Por lo tanto, ese jueves lo perdemos.
Estamos esto el miércoles para ver al final en qué quedamos.
Claro, el miércoles podemos determinar,
Sí.
¿ya? Y ahí vemos si ustedes pueden o no pueden, porque yo podría hacerla solo igual. Puedo hacer la clase y la subo, pero sería refome, porque no es bueno tener con quien hablar.
Porque vamos a tener dudas.
Claro, ¿no? Y además que para uno mismo, si yo cuando hago la clase, me gusta que ustedes me pregunten, porque así yo sé en dónde
toma
están
primero.
débiles y en dónde no. Entonces, a mí me interesa. Hoy día voy a tratar de darle ejercicios, pero lo que quiero que les quede claro, chiquillos, es lo siguiente. Yo les voy a subir eso. Las 4 formas del futuro, recuerden, son cuando es presente, cuando un horario establecido. Ahí se usa el presente. Por ejemplo, acá se empieza a las 5. Eso es presente. La predicción es juicio. Y también cuando uno toma una decisión al momento. Yo contesto. Ya, por ejemplo, eso es cuando uno dice, típico, suena el teléfono y yo contesto. I will answer. Lo decido en el momento. ¿Ya? Tocan la puerta y yo estoy aquí y hay otra persona y digo, I will open the door. ¿Sí? Es una decisión que está tomada en el momento. ¿Ya? O por ejemplo, estamos planificando una fiesta y alguien dice, ¿qué vamos a traer? Y yo digo, I will bring 2 sandwiches. Porque lo decido en el momento. ¿Ya? Eso es will. Y después los más complejos son el going to y el present continuous, porque los dos son medio parecidos. ¿Ya? Pero el going to implica normalmente una intención. ¿Ya? We're going to travel, we're going to go, we're going to do something. ¿Ya? Hay una intención y normalmente no es tan cercano. Y el present continuous es cuando hay un arreglo, an arrangement between 2 people or between 1 people with a group, and it's kind of specific. El arreglo ya está hecho, entonces por lo tanto puede usar el present continuous. I'm meeting Paul, we are having lunch tomorrow, por ejemplo, y así siempre es como más cercano. Por ejemplo, yo digo, we're having lunch with the boys. ¿Ya? Vamos a almorzar con los muchachos. Es algo que ya está planificado, estamos de acuerdo, hay un arrangement. Esas son las 4 formas de usar el futuro. Ahora, en el que yo les mandé, en la guía que yo les mandé, les mando la estructura gramatical, cómo funciona, y después también les voy a mandar ejercicios para que ustedes hagan. ¿Ok? No los molesto más.
Okay.
That will be all for today. Have a good day and see you on Wednesday.
You have a good day too.
Okay, thank
Bye.
you very much.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye, teacher.
Bye.
Bye.